All right, gather around and listen close. I got a story for you, one that's been whispered through generations. A story about a woman whose cries still echo in the night. They call her La Llorona, the weeping woman. A mother cursed to roam the earth, forever searching for the children she lost. Folks say if you hear her crying, it might already be too late. So keep your ears open and your eyes sharp, because this is one legend you don't want to take lightly.
Long ago, in a village by the river, there lived a woman named Maria. She was beautiful, with long dark hair and eyes like the midnight sky. But her beauty was matched only by her pride. And though many men sought her hand, she longed for someone greater. One day, a wealthy nobleman arrived, and Maria fell deeply in love. They married and had 2 children, but as time passed, the nobleman grew distant. He spent less time at home, choosing instead the company of women from high society. Maria, once filled with joy, now found herself abandoned, her once perfect life unraveling. One fateful evening, Maria saw her husband riding through town with another woman, laughing as if she and their children had never mattered. Her heart shattered, and her love turned to rage. With blind fury, she led her children to the river, their innocent hands clutching at her dress. The wind howled as the waters churned beneath them. Maria, blinded by sorrow and rage, did the unthinkable. She pushed them into the rushing waters. Their screams filled the air, but before she could pull them back, the river had already carried them away. The realization struck her like a bolt of lightning. She had doomed her own flesh and blood. Maria collapsed at the riverbank, wailing in agony. Days passed, and she wandered aimlessly, refusing food and drink. Her once beautiful face became gaunt, her voice hoarse from endless crying. The villagers whispered of the madness that had taken hold of her. And one cold night, overcome with unbearable grief, Maria threw herself into the same river that had claimed her children. But death did not bring her peace. Instead, she was cursed to walk the earth for eternity, searching for the souls of the children she had lost. It is said that on moonlit nights, La Llorona wanders near rivers and lakes, her ghostly figure draped in white. Her mournful cries fill the air, a sorrowful wail that chills the bones of all who hear it. Mis hijos, she calls, forever seeking the children she will never find. Beware, for those who hear her cries may find themselves drawn toward her, compelled by a force they do not understand. Many have followed her voice, only to vanish without a trace, their bodies never recovered. Fishermen claim to see her reflection in the water, her face twisted with sorrow before fading into the ripples. Travelers tell of feeling an icy hand on their shoulder, turning to find nothing but the mist creeping along the river's edge. Some say she can appear at your door, her sorrowful wails penetrating the night, searching for someone, anyone, to replace the children she lost. Those who have glimpsed her face say it is a terrifying sight. Hollow eyes filled with darkness, her mouth frozen in an eternal scream. No one knows where La Llorona will appear next. Some believe she is forever bound to the rivers where she weeps, while others say she wanders the land, following the souls of the lost. But one thing is certain. Should you hear her cries in the night, do not look, do not answer, and do not follow.
Now, before you brush this off as just another old legend, think about this. Stories like these don't just survive for centuries without a reason. Maybe it's just folklore, or maybe there's something out there lurking in the night, waiting for the next lost soul to answer its call. Either way, if you ever hear crying near the water, best keep your feet planted right where they are. Until next time, stay away from the river.